Hi, I'm Jenny. Welcome to my Grocery X Learn English podcast. Today we're going to talk about how to use Pinterest to drive traffic to your blog. Introduction. Explanation of Pinterest and its potential benefits for bloggers. B. Overview of how to use Pinterest to drive traffic to a blog. C. Brief overview of the sections of the blog post. 2. Setting up your Pinterest account. A. Creating a business account. 1. Benefits of a business account. 2. Steps to create a business account. B. Optimizing your profile and boards. 1. Tips for creating a professional profile. 2. How to create boards and organize your content. C. Creating pinnable images. 1. Overview of the types of images that perform well on Pinterest. 2. Tools for creating and editing images. D. Enabling rich pins. 1. Explanation of what rich pins are. 2. How to enable rich pins for your website. 3. Understanding Pinterest SEO. A. Explanation of how Pinterest search works. 1. Overview of how the Pinterest algorithm works. 2. Factors that influence search rankings on Pinterest. B. Identifying relevant keywords for your content. 1. How to use the Pinterest search bar to find relevant keywords. 2. Tools for keyword research on Pinterest. C. Optimizing your pins for SEO. 1. Best practices for writing pin descriptions. 2. How to optimize your pin titles and boards for SEO. 4. Building your Pinterest presence. A. Finding and following relevant boards and accounts. 1. How to search for and follow relevant accounts. 2. Best practices for engaging with other Pinterest users. B. Creating and joining group boards. 1. Explanation of what group boards are. 2. How to find and join relevant group boards. C. Participating in the Pinterest community. 1. Best practices for commenting and repinning. 2. How to engage with other Pinterest users. D. Using Pinterest Analytics to track your progress. 1. Overview of Pinterest Analytics. 2. How to track the performance of your pins and boards. V. Promoting your blog on Pinterest. A. Strategically pinning your blog content. 1. Best practices for pinning your blog content. 2. How to schedule pins for maximum impact. B. Creating and promoting pins for your blog posts. 1. Overview of how to create effective pins. 2. Best practices for promoting your pins. C. Leveraging Pinterest ads to promote your content. 1. Explanation of how Pinterest ads work. 2. Best practices for creating effective Pinterest ads. D. Collaborating with other Pinterest users to promote your blog. 1. Overview of how to collaborate with other Pinterest users. 2. How to find and work with influencers in your niche. 6. Best practices for using Pinterest. A. Tips for maximizing the benefits of Pinterest for blog promotion. 1. How to stay consistent on Pinterest. 2. Tips for creating high-quality content. B. Suggestions for avoiding common mistakes on Pinterest. 1. How to avoid spamming on Pinterest. 2. Common mistakes to avoid when creating pins and boards. C. Strategies for engaging with Pinterest users and building relationships. 1. How to engage with your followers and other Pinterest users. 2. Tips for building relationships with other bloggers and influencers. 7. Conclusion. A. Recap of the benefits of using Pinterest to drive traffic to a blog. B. Final thoughts on how to effectively use Pinterest to promote your blog. Thank you for listening to Grocery X Learn English podcast. If there's a topic you'd like me to talk about in a further episode, just send an email to info@grocery-x.com and see you next time. Please like, share, and subscribe my channel.